Hey there! Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever turned on your computer and seen this blue screen of death? What about this or even this if you're not alone? Today, we're diving into common boot and startup issues and how to solve them quickly. It doesn't matter whether you're using Windows, Mac OS, Linux, or any other operating system. These are universal steps and scenarios that will help you solve those startup issues, so let's begin. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to use Windows 11 in this video, but keep in mind that many of these steps apply to various operating systems. The presenter will be demonstrating with a PC that has a black screen. That said, let's see the issue and understand the problem. Before you begin to troubleshoot, pay attention to what happens when you turn on your computer. Does it show an error message? Does it freeze on the logo, or is the screen completely black? This kind of information is important because it helps narrow down the root cause of the issue. In our scenario, the screen is currently black, and that means that we have no display output, and it may mean that the operating system has failed to start. If you're seeing a similar situation, make sure the monitor cable is securely plugged into both the monitor and the computer. Also, confirm that the monitor is powered on and not otherwise faulty. To test if the monitor is working, try connecting it to another machine. Then let's check the power source. Ensure that your PC or laptop is receiving enough power. First, confirm that the power cable and adapter are in good condition and properly connected to both the computer and wall outlet. In the case of a laptop, try plugging into a different wall socket. And, if available, try a different charger or battery. If you still do not see anything on the screen, proceed to step 3. This step is quite simple and easy to implement. Remove all external devices connected to your PC, such as USB drives, memory cards, printers, external hard disks, and so on. These external devices sometimes interfere with the startup process, and removing them often solves the issue. Once everything is unplugged, press the power button and see if the computer boots up and displays the login screen. If this doesn't work, move to the next step. Now that your computer should be free of external influences, try to access the BIOS or UEFI settings. Generally, this is done by pressing a specific key on the keyboard repeatedly as the computer starts up. Common keys include F2, Del or ESC. Consult your computer's manual for precise instructions. Inside the BIOS or UEFI setup, navigate to the boot menu to check the boot order. This menu determines the sequence in which your computer attempts to boot from different storage devices. Ensure that your main hard drive or SSD is listed first in the boot order. It's always recommended to save changes and exit the BIOS after making adjustments. Next, attempt to start your computer again. Still no luck? Well, let's try something else. Have you heard of the safe mode? This is a special diagnostic mode in Windows that loads only essential system drivers and services, excluding most third-party programs. To enter safe mode, press and hold the Shift key on the keyboard as you click on the power button. If successful, you'll see a menu offering various options. Select Restart. Your computer will now boot into safe mode. If this works, your issue might be related to faulty software or drivers. After accessing the desktop in safe mode, run Windows updates and then reboot your system. Ideally, your computer should now function normally. If that doesn't work, return to the previous menu in safe mode and select Troubleshoot. From here, select Advanced Options and choose Startup Repair. In essence, Startup Repair is an automated tool that scans your computer for missing or corrupted boot files and attempts to restore them. This can be extremely useful if your computer is stuck during the boot process or if you see error messages like "couldn't start." Try again in a few minutes. Click on Repair. Your computer will now perform checks and attempt to fix any problems found. After the process completes, restart your system again. Hopefully, this time your computer will boot into the normal mode and display the login screen. If none of these solutions work and you hear clicking sounds coming from your hard drive, there's a possibility that the hard drive has failed. Sometimes the clicking sound indicates that the drive is trying to access a sector that has gone bad. In this situation, the operating system cannot start. Unfortunately, if this happens, chances are that you've lost data and you need to contact a professional data recovery service as soon as possible to minimize the risk of further data loss. On the other hand, if you don't hear any sounds, the problem might lie within the system files or firmware. You can try to fix it by reinstalling the operating system. That was part 1. Now let's look at some other common issues. As we mentioned earlier, error messages provide valuable insights into the nature of the problem. One such error is the no boot device error. This typically occurs when your computer can't find any storage device containing a valid operating system. Here's what you can do. First, go to the BIOS or UEFI settings. Usually, the first step is the same. Next, double-check the boot order, list of devices in the boot priority list. If you see any unfamiliar devices, remove them or change their position in the boot priority list. If you suspect that the problem lies with the hard drive, temporarily disable or remove it and then try to boot the system. If the error persists, replace the hard drive and reinstall the operating system. Another annoying issue is when your computer gets stuck loading during startup, showing things like a spinning wheel or a progress bar that never seems to finish moving. This is a classic sign of a broken or incomplete installation of the operating system. You can fix this by creating a Windows bootable USB drive using the Microsoft Media Creation tool and then starting your computer from the USB drive. Follow the on-screen instructions to load the Windows recovery environment. Choose the option to troubleshoot, select Advanced Options, and choose System Restore. You'll now see a list of available restore points. Choose a restore point prior to when the issue started and follow the prompts to complete the process. Before we wrap up, let's talk about the dreaded blue screen of death. A blue screen with a white or black background and a bunch of technical terms is generally caused by severe system errors. Some BSO disks have a restart button. If yours does, go ahead and click it. If not, hold down the power button until the computer shuts down and finally restart your system. As long as the error isn't hardware related, this should fix the problem. So there you have it, a closer look at common boot and startup issues and how to deal with them. It's not uncommon to experience these issues occasionally. Most can be resolved by following the steps we've outlined in this video. Remember, quick action is essential to prevent data loss in case of a hard drive failure. Stay tuned for more videos and don't hesitate to drop your comments and questions below. Until next time, happy computing!